Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, after two recent escapes from Blackburn Prison, many living nearby tell us they are angry with the minimal security at the facility.
We're working to gather more information after a man was shot in Harlan County late last night.
And we're covering the latest after that horrific live shooting killed two journalists on air in Roanoke, Virginia.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from WKYT News. Welcome in here on this Thursday, August 27th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. The weather has been extremely tolerable.
More than that, it's inviting. I mean, it was hard to go in last night, you know, and you go to bed at a reasonable time because it's just wonderful. Let's check in with Micah right now in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, it is really nice outside. We're holding on to those temperatures, 50s, out and about, and it's one of those mornings that you just get out and enjoy if you can. I mean, a nice little walk around the neighborhood early in the morning never hurt anybody. Live sky camera, there's your shot. Temperatures 52 degrees. That's kind of our cool spot. Richmond, Danville, work your way into Berea, go into Lancaster and also Bryantsville, northern portions of Gary County. Good morning to you guys. Monticello coming in now at 51 degrees. 78 degrees by the afternoon. Still very pleasant today, but we are getting warmer each and every day. We will be in the 80s pretty soon, and I'll show you when you can expect that coming up.
Okay, see you then. Thank you.
We're going first this morning to a tragic national story we're tracking this morning out of Virginia. Two journalists, a reporter named Allison Parker and videographer Adam Ward, were shot and killed live during a morning show in Roanoke.
The shooter, an ex-employee of the station, shot and killed himself some hours later, leaving many wondering what led to such a horrible situation. WKYT's Mark Barber is live in our studio this morning with more on this absolutely horrifying event. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. And horrifying is exactly right. This really is the worst kind of nightmare that is just so bad we never even thought something like this would happen. A reporter and photographer shot to death on live TV by one of their co-workers. The shooting happened around 6:45 yesterday morning while Allison Parker, a 24-year-old reporter for WDBJ, and her photographer, 27-year-old Adam Ward, were doing a live interview at a water park about local tourism. That's when Bryce Williams walked up beside them and executed them. They never even saw it coming. Williams filmed himself killing them with a GoPro, and then he later posted the video online. He died later that day of a self-inflicted gunshot wound after leading police on a chase. The 41-year-old was a former reporter for the Roanoke, Virginia TV station. He was fired 2 years ago. The general manager says he remembers him as an angry man who did not work well with others. Before his death, Williams sent tweets out claiming Parker made a racially charged comment about him, and Ward complained about him to Human Resources after working with him only once. Support for the murdered journalists is now pouring in from around the world. Many of their former co-workers are remembering them as incredibly talented and bright young stars. The shooting is already sparking conversation about gun control.
I think it's one more argument for why we need to look at how we can reduce gun violence in this country.
Now, of course, we will continue to follow this heartbreaking story through the morning and bring you the stories of their co-workers and their parents as they grieve their senseless deaths. Bill, Rebecca.
Senseless is right, and just, it's next door in Virginia, and we're certainly standing with our comrades over there this morning who are beginning a very difficult day. 5:03 is the time, and for the second time in the last 9 days, police are looking for an escapee from the Blackburn Correctional Complex in Lexington. Corrections leaders say 26-year-old Justin Canada walked away from Blackburn yesterday afternoon. He was serving time for robbery and wanton endangerment. The frequency of the escapes from Blackburn have many living nearby worried. One man living next to the prison says he's scared that prisoners could target families after their escape.
We're sick of it. A lot of us in the street have kids. I mean, you see the kids playing around. Yeah. I mean, they walk off at all hours of the night. What if they take a kid, they take a car, take a money, just whatever the case is, I don't feel good about it, especially being away with my newborn son, with my wife.
From 2010 through 2014, an average of 5 inmates walked away from the Blackburn Correctional Complex each year. So far in 2015, 7 inmates have walked away from the complex. Corrections leaders say Justin Canada would have been eligible for parole in a year. An appeals court has upheld an order for Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis to issue marriage licenses.
Davis's office stopped issuing the licenses after the legalization of same-sex marriage. With multiple legal actions taken, many have questions as to where the case moves next. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain's at our live desk with more on what we know so far.
Yeah, it's been a heated debate not only in Kentucky but across the country. Should Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis be protected from issuing marriage licenses because of her religious beliefs? Yesterday, the Sixth Circuit Appeals Court upheld a ruling from U.S. District Judge David Bunning requiring Davis to issue licenses. The three-judge panel also denied Davis's request for a delay on that ruling. Davis has made it clear that she does not want to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, so she stopped issuing marriage licenses to couples altogether. But Kim Davis's time could be up. Yesterday's ruling leaves it unclear as to when she will have to start issuing marriage licenses or be held in contempt of court. According to our news partners at the Herald Leader, the Liberty Council, the group representing Davis's chairman, Matt Staver, said she's caught in a difficult situation between her religious beliefs and the Supreme Court decision. He added that he, along with Joe Dunham, the lawyer representing the couple suing Davis, would like to have more direction from Bunning in this situation. Now, according to her lawyer, Davis will appeal at the next level to the U.S. Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan. At the live desk, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Michelle. New information this morning on a deadly shooting out of Harlan County. Police tell us a man, 56-year-old Teddy Jackson, has died in the shooting in the Blair community. They say they were called to a home on Garden Lane just before 8 last night. Police have not released any information about how many people were involved. They also haven't said what they think led to this shooting. Investigators say a suspect in a drug case used a bailiff's gun to kill himself at the Bell County Judicial Center. A drug court judge had just ordered Eric Barnett to be taken into custody, but police say he was not in handcuffs as he left the courtroom with a bailiff. Police say Barnett then got into a fight with a bailiff in an elevator, grabbed his gun, and shot himself. The bailiff was not injured.
A teenager charged in connection to the shooting death of a man at a Lexington park has entered a guilty plea. Fayette County Judge Pamela Goodwine then sentenced 17-year-old Damian Sanders to 7 years for second-degree manslaughter. He was 16 at the time of the shooting. Police say the victim, Antonio Franklin, was caught in the crossfire of a gun battle last year. 3 other people also face charges in connection to the case. They're scheduled to be back in court next month.
A disturbing discovery in eastern Kentucky. An animal rescue group says they're trying to figure out who put a bag of puppies and left them in a creek. A Bluegrass Senior Dog Rescue says a teenager found the bag caught in a barbed wire fence near a Clay County creek. The group says 6 puppies were inside. 1 of them had died. The group says 2 other puppies have also died. The remaining 3 are being nursed back to health in Lexington.
A bakery company has issued a recall of certain breads in 11 states, including here in Kentucky. The company produces bread for Kroger, Sara Lee, Nature's Harvest, and Walmart. Representatives say the bread could include broken glass from a light bulb that burst at one of its bakeries. In Kentucky, they're recalling Nature's Harvest stone-ground whole wheat bread with a best-by date of September 1st. For a full recall list, you can visit our website at WKYT.com. We also have a number you can call on there for more information.
So many recalls these days.
Right, and that one, but you can understand it. You know, a light bulb breaks over the bread. That's a problem.
Glass is probably hard to digest.
Exactly. WKYT this morning, just getting started early on your Thursday.
The International Space Station will soon receive a shipment of alcohol, but it won't be used for any intergalactic party. We'll tell you why. It'll be there in just 5 minutes.
And we're taking a live look outside. Another clear night ahead. And look, as we go throughout the day, start to see a few clouds here and there. No rain expected anytime soon. We'll get into that forecast coming up.